Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, so Talk Tuesday. We are at the Straight Road today. Just a bit of a change of scenery. The weather's strange. Like, in theory, it's hot. It definitely does feel muggy. But the water was running pretty fast, and I don't like to take them, especially the littles. I don't like to take them when it's like that. Also for me, it makes footing even more challenging than it typically is. And also it's been off and on drizzling, so I may have to cut this short if it starts raining again. But so I thought I'd take them to the Straight Road for a bit of a change. We haven't been here in a while. So who do we have? We've got Phoebe, Tucker, Nova, Murphy, Saxon, and Hamish, sir. Thank you. Yeah. And I'm so sad. So this is one of my favorite trees. Story time. This is one of my favorite trees. Oh, there's I don't know if you guys probably can't see that. There is a pileated woodpecker up there. But it died a couple years ago, so it's just been like each year watching sort of what's happening to it. It's kind of interesting, but the birds still love it. Alright, sorry. Enough about trees, more about dogs. So yeah. Wanted to talk. I'm trying to remember my topic. I had it written down in the car, and of course I forgot my note. So here we are. I'm trying to think too. I've been doing quite a few consults and trains lately. I have to say, I have definitely gotten a couple that have me scratching my head. Sort of like COVID is not just unprecedented for people. It's kind of unprecedented for dogs too. And so I've been presented with some really unique problems. But I'm trying to think of, and most of 99.999% of problems can all be solved by creating a food drive and having your dog work. Because once you put yourself in that leadership role and offer them structure and brain stimulation, it usually gets stuff organized. Really, Phoebes? Poopageddon was earlier. Okay, hold on. Out. Let me just mark this so I can grab it. Okay. Yeah, and then just many reps of things. Oftentimes people, when they get a puppy, we went over a couple weeks ago, right before we got Kronk, or I think the day I don't remember. Time has no meaning. But a couple videos ago, chatted about the things that I budget for when I get a puppy, and it's not just financial things that I budget for. It's also time. So something I've run across a couple of times is I don't have time to train to the level that we're talking about. And then you have to sort of revisit your expectations out of your dog, because if you don't put that time in, what are you guys doing? If you don't put that time in, then you don't get results. It's just like going to the gym. You can sign up for a gym pass, and that's great, but just having the pass is not enough to help with your health. Not enough to get stronger or faster or whatever your goals might be. you have to do the reps. You have to actually do the work. And it's definitely can be a bit of a frustrating thing. Absolutely not. I know what you're thinking. It's not happening. Come on, guys. Murphy? What did I just say? It's like, but you weren't looking, so there's a very deep hole right there that is filled of stagnant swamp water. It is not one of the water spots that I let the dogs go in. I'm just saying, okay? Yeah, so it's lots and lots of reps. And like, you definitely have to gauge it to your dog. Like, every dog has a different attention span. Can do, there you are. Can do so much work before you should probably take a break. Puppies, for example, when they're younger, like Kronk, I only offer him like 2-3 minutes work at mealtime, and then I put the rest of his meal in a puzzle. So he still has to think about it, but it's not, like, it's still critical thinking. It's still encouraging him to be intelligent and problem solve, but there's no fail in it. Whereas, like, if I ask you to sit and you don't sit, that's a problem, right? I hope that makes sense. I think my brain is pretty fried, frankly. Yeah, so even if you do like just simple recall drills for food, it's way better. I heard a saying not so long ago, like it was in reference to brushing your teeth and medical things. Oh yeah, so it begins. Hamish isn't having it. Hamish is not having it. It's like, you're crazy. Okay, get going. Go on. I'm really interested to see his reaction to Kronk. What was I saying? This is what I'm saying about my brain. Go. Oh, right. So, I came across it is a quote. I don't remember the quote word for word, but to paraphrase it, it was something along the lines of 10% is always better than 0%. And in reference to like brushing your teeth, for example, in theory, you're supposed to brush your teeth after every meal, floss after every meal. I don't know about you guys. I do not do that. I do not have time for that. But I do brush my teeth every day, and I do floss at least once a day. If I'm home, then I'll do it more. But like if I'm out working and stuff like that, I'm not going to bring a toothbrush and floss. I mean, in all fairness, I do have floss in my purse, but that is for when things get stuck in my teeth, not to floss every day. But the point I'm trying to get to is, even if you do just a little bit of work with your dog every day, you will see results, and they might be small at first. And don't lose heart and don't get frustrated, because it is like kind of a new thing you're teaching the dog. So even if you can get just a little bit better at one thing, it'll reflect in everything else. That's why you'll see me do board and trains. Hold on. Oh yeah, okay. When I do board and trains, that I do drills for recall and for place and all that stuff, when the reason they're there for a board and train is because they are attacking other dogs on leash. Well, the reason I start there is because you need to get those little teeny things solid before moving on to addressing the real problem, right? So once you get things like impulse control and listening and focus, once you get those better at other things, that reflects back onto everything else they do. Yeah. Oh, that's me. I have a phone call, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.